what you experience is actually a positive sign. It's a sign of something that's awakening up in you, you know, free of the stronghold of the mind. So this is exactly what this art is about, you know, to inflict an internal revolution, and by letting go, you open up, and by opening up, everything becomes more and more intuitive. Yeah, it just becomes self-aware, you know, and this awareness is, it, as I try to explain to you guys, from the energy perspective, okay, from the temporal mind, okay, on top of it, there's a body energy, there's a mental energy, and also the substratum, the temporal energy. They have a different tradition, have a different names for it. Like the Buddhists, they call it the casual body, and Hermetics call it the astral body, you know, and the Taoists call the primordial energy. Okay, so it's like a sandwich. Okay, so if you can surrender your mind, what remains is the confluence of your mind-body energy, you know, at the function of your senses. But if you can settle in deeper, so you are actually synchronizing with the primal energy. You see, and once you can tap into this primal energy, it's kind of beyond your senses, and then this awakening effect will manifest itself. You begin to sense and feel prior to the sensations. You begin to know what are you about to say, even before you utter a word. So this is the sign of freedom. This is a sign of intuition and spontaneity. You see, but then the rest of the practice, then it's not a martial practice. It's a spiritual practice. You try to abide yourself in accord, in oneness with this primal energy. You know, of course, on top of your sensations. But once you can settle into the sensations, where does that lead you to? You tap into the dimension of your conscious presence. Okay, and this energy, all your energies are in spiraling from that object. Okay, so you keep on with the practice, especially calming down your mind. Trying to calm down, baptize yourself. The deeper you baptize yourself, you're corresponding and synchronizing with this primal energy. And that's the state you want to be in. Because that's the state of your conscious presence. Okay? And yet again, this conscious presence does not belong to you as an individual. It is universal. Because it's exactly the same primal energy that which animates life. It's exactly the same energy that animates all the life. You know, not only on this planet, in the universe. You know, and that's the omnipresence. You know, that's the immortality. Make sense? But if you try to use your mind to understand it, you cannot, because the mind is very limited, and it is always within a certain circumference of your body senses. You know, so you can, as I said time and time again, you cannot use the mind to transcend the mind. So what can you do? Surrender your mind to your heart. Yeah, and then everything will begin to click in you. You know, like all the Buddha's teachings. If you know what I mean by empathy, you know, you empathize with him, and then his words becomes your words, and everything clicks in you. You know, that's the moment of true understanding. Instead of trying to repeat or memorize his words, his teachings, etc., you know, that is still bound by your mind in the form of intellectual understanding. You know, and then you'll be able to tell that anything intellectual is not understanding. You're still bound by the mind, because the intellect is the core of your mind. You know, you want to cling on it. You want to attach yourself with it, because you don't know. You know, you need guidance. In the darkness of your mind, you need the guidance to find your way out of it. You know, once you cling yourself to other people's knowledge, you don't see it, you don't sense it yourself. You're still bound forever in the darkness of the ego. You see? So, if you see this picture and open up your eyes and your heart, you look around. You know, that's what I said. You know, once I graduated myself from the philosophy of tradition, from the martial arts journey, when I flip the coin around, turn my eyes, turn my heart, I look into the spiritual dimension. I saw exactly the same philosophy. You see? So the observation you described today is actually very good. Congratulations, it's a very good sign. But it only happened to you like some sparkling, and then what the heck is going on? And then it's gone. You see? I call it the touch of epiphany. I call it the kisses by the angels. Okay? And the more you stabilize yourself with it, the more it will occur to you. And then it becomes constant. You know, the light from inside of your heart will become stabilized. You become the light and the torch to people. Yeah? Make sense? Yeah. So all the sense they experience the same experience. Of course, everybody's story or everybody's journey is different from one to the other. But whatever they have discovered is exactly the same experience as per you described. But just for you, it's just a casual happening. You cannot make it happen. It happens to you, right?
Yeah.
But if you stabilize yourself more and more and more, and then you'll become the constant companion, and then you'll harmonize yourself to it, you know. And this is the way to go. This is something difficult to verbalize, something difficult to describe. But once you sense it, you sense it. Okay? Keep on with it.